Hey guys, it's Pop's Nightcap, Season 1, Episode 6, Mean Guest. Check out the pussies on the show tonight.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey guys, it's Pop's Nightcap. We're so glad to have you here tonight. And Missy Elliott. And we chose Work It because there is no other theme that we could fit in. And we thought Missy Elliott is always perfect. So we have her on tonight. And how could you not like it? I mean, Missy Elliott's one of my favorites, right?
Yeah,
you like Missy
definitely.
Elliott?
Love her.
All right. So let's get right into the show. It is called Mean Guest. And we have guest star Jason Biggs. Now, he is supposedly known as the nicest guy on television. I don't know if that came from American Pie or what, but that is the theme going here. And of course, what they did is they flipped it. And he is the nastiest, meanest person on the show tonight, which was the comedy that they were going to try to develop in the first place. So, what did you think about...
Well, I thought it was really funny because, yeah, every time you see him, and even it seems like in interviews or personally, he's just like sweet milquetoast guy. You know, he's just like totally nice, unassuming, and his being an ass was like so funny. I loved it. I thought it was a great reversal for him. Like everything he did that was like, oh, we all know that guy. We all know that like rude, entitled jerk, and like he nailed it. So maybe he is one really, who knows, but I really liked it.
It was great. And the show starts off with Penny, of course, with her cat shirt on.
Naturally.
And we have the makeup guy saying, no, the cat shirt doesn't work. And I'm kind of agreeing with him until I realize... Yes.
Oh, it's on theme, yeah, for their guest. Well, I like her quirky, obnoxious wardrobe choices.
I know,
I'm
it's
into it.
Like Ugly Sweater Night.
Yeah,
and
every day for
every
Penny.
day. It's like the Ugly Sweater Christmas contest, and she fits it perfectly because she is so quirky. So she's starting out, and they're talking about, well... Jason comes in, and the first thing out of his mouth is, "Where's my picture?" It's not in the lobby. Why is Bon Jovi? And that was John Bon Jovi, right?
Yeah, it looks like.
I was like, oh my gosh, was it? It looked, I don't want to say old.
Yeah, he looked like gray hair. It did seem like.
I didn't recognize him at first, so I'm thinking it's John Bon Jovi. Picture was replacing Jason Biggs.
Yeah, so he starts off immediately like just ready to fight, like ready to pick a fight about anything, and like escalates up to ridiculousness.
And that's how stars are. When you take their picture down, what was that famous restaurant, that big horseshoe, I want to say hat, remember, where all the stars had their pictures across the walls, and heaven forbid you move it or it's not there. I think they did like a Lucy episode of that, and somebody put their picture up where it shouldn't have been. That is the same thing, and I feel like the whole thing of why he was angry was just predicated on that picture being moved. The entire episode was just about that, or maybe he's become such a big star that he's just
well, they did
full of himself.
They did develop or they made the backstory that his first ever appearance on a talk show was on Nightcap, and he was so nice. What a nice guy. They all loved him, and so this was like everyone preparing for the biggest letdown.
Exactly.
So it was great. I really liked it.
And then we go into Stacy hearing something in the back room. And of course, we have Crazy Todd doing his ridiculous bagging. Now, I'm immediately thinking of teabagging. I'm like, I've never heard this term before. So he's bagging, and it's like, what are you doing? He says, I'm speed bagging. So he's punching this
speed bag,
right? Is that what it is? I don't know.
That's what that little thing that hangs that you punch repeatedly is, a speed bag. I liked their little bit together, actually. So I know it's been developed every time we're on this after show. Like, Todd, I find a little annoying. Like, he doesn't do it for me. He's not my favorite character.
I know.
But I really liked this scene between him and Stacy was like really funny, as he was just like, he imitated a baby and then like got her to like punch the thing. I really thought it was like charming and good chemistry. Finally finally. So, okay, Todd, you get a pass.
And she's like, I'm only 40 years old. Just because I have no kids and I'm not married, which, people do get uptight about. And he says, you are so tightly wound, even the babies that come on the show are saying it. But he made a little joke that she's 58. Now, she does not look 58 to me. So
Todd is an idiot.
Okay,
so,
good.
Right,
good.
we're set up that Todd is the dumbest guy at the office.
What? Yeah, because she just keeps going.
Obviously, she's not 58.
And then obviously, and then she's like hitting the bag with her hands, almost like a cat would do it. It was just so funny, and I felt like, is she getting her aggression out or not? I felt like almost she did, but she was still angry at him. She grabbed him at the end.
I hate to say it, but she punches like a girl. Wow, that was some sad aggression release.
Yes.
Come on, Stacy. We know you got more in there.
And then we have Beth. Beth is Howard Stern's wife.
Okay, so point of interest.
Yes.
I didn't know Howard Stern had a wife.
That is the first thing I was going to say.
Okay. Well, I'm not really up on my Howard Stern knowledge. I just vaguely know who he is. It's probably not my demographic.
Would you go on his show?
I don't think so. Don't they make
Isn't
you?
He kind of harsh?
Don't they make you get naked? Well,
yes.
I don't really know what it is, but I'm always aware that women are taking their shirts off and if you don't do it, you're the worst. So I don't know, and I could be totally wrong, and if our viewers are like, that's not how it is, but please correct me. But so I was just surprised, given this is my bias of knowing about his show, that he has a wife. Obviously she's very beautiful.
She's
and
so
poised.
attractive. I thought it was Gwyneth Paltrow for a second. I mean, she's in a pink shirt. I don't know why I think Gwyneth Paltrow wears pink, but her hair was done the exact same way. Gwyneth was on a few weeks ago, and I'm like, wow, you guys sound alike.
Yeah,
you
just a
look
clean
alike.
blonde woman, and she had great legs. And
she looked beautiful.
And she was poised and had a cause. So nothing in my mind was how does this connect to Howard Stern?
I know. Well, she's supposedly a New Yorker, so it fits the show. He works there. I am all about the animals, though. So anybody that supports and helps out and wants to help with the adoption process. So I immediately liked her.
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, we're in the chat room. Feel free to ask questions. We are taking your questions tonight, all night. So basically, she rescues pets. She's a huge animal lover, like myself. Doesn't everybody like animals?
Sure.
Come on. And so after that, we go to...
Well, I liked the little bit of Randy, the sound guy, coming in to mic her and just being the grossest. And they even call it out afterwards that just she's like, oh, I can mic myself.
Have you ever done that?
Me.
I always feel like they are going to ask you to take your clothes off.
The thing for sound guys, the thing is and maybe it's just now the environment has changed a little, but every time in recent years that I've had to be mic'd for something, the sound guy is over the top respectful and careful and really nice about it. Really not a creep. So
I know.
Yay for sound guys of the world.
And women do it too, because I've had women, I'm like, oh my gosh, is my stomach tight today? Because you have to lift your shirt so they can go through it and everything.
Or they always clip it to your bra or something, so they're gonna see some
or
of your body.
They're gonna see some of it, but that's the field we're in, right? So we have to deal with that.
Yeah, luckily they're not all Randys. Oh, Randy. Oh, it just occurred to me that his name is Randy, and he is really Randy.
Yes.
That I'm sure everyone already realized.
And he's calling himself a Yenta. Is he? I can't remember. Did he do act Jewish in the other episodes? Because he's like, I'm Jewish, you're Jewish. We get along. Something like that.
Was that what it was?
He's like, we're Yentas. We're Yentas.
I know he said that. All I was picking up on was he was pretending there's a really great vibe going on between us, while she was obviously so uninterested. Where he's just oh, great, our vibe we don't have.
And the makeup guy is looking at him like, what are you doing?
Oh, speaking of the makeup guy, it seems like
joke.
We got an explanation kind of this
Finally,
week about his sexuality that we're all wondering.
Well, we all kind of knew. We were like, okay, this guy's gay.
Yeah.
So the running joke throughout this entire episode is when I used to sleep with
when
guys.
I was with men.
When I used to sleep with this guy. When I used to sleep with that guy. And so it was like, okay, finally, I can agree with you. His hair looked a little different tonight. I will say that. I don't know if he was wearing a wig, but it looked different. He looked great. But he's so flamboyant. I mean, he's got the scarf on, he's got the deep V-neck shirt on, and I like to call him Jizz Bucket, the caterer. He's like, why are you always talking about? Oh no, wait a minute. wait a minute.
It was a security guard,
right? It was a security
right?
guard who is like, I always think he needs to take Prozac or something. He's so like tired.
Yeah, really
like,
chill.
Exactly. So anyways, he's like, why are you always talking about sleeping with men?
Yeah. Which, I mean, we wonder, too, like, why have they set him up as someone with a wife?
I know.
If he is obviously
And even
gay.
his wife is like, oh, you guys would make a cute couple. So
well,
she seems to be open.
Has anyone met the wife? Is she real? Like, what's the situation?
Thank you.
Why...
We can't completely buy it, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe it will come out later in future episodes that, like, she's wealthy. Who knows? Like, maybe it was a marriage of convenience. Yeah, and
her beard.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, really. I mean, come on, because she seems to be very open and understanding too. So I don't know what's going on there. But then we have Stacy going into tell Jason we need to do the pre-interview.
And he brought his bodyguard with him to the Late Show, like
okay.
you all do, right?
So the bodyguard, can we just talk about him for 2 seconds? Okay, he's like 8 foot tall and this enormous guy. I want to say bouncer bodyguard, something else, but this guy is huge. Now I know that is not your type, right? From what I got from the Nippolini, remember guys, Nippolini? A few episodes ago, okay, this huge guy.
Okay, we didn't see his nipples.
We
this
didn't, but
bouncer
his
guy.
chest is out to
That's fine.
here.
That's fine. A humongous man is totally fine.
Oh, it works for you. Okay.
Yeah,
bald too?
I like bald actually.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're getting more.
I don't really have a type because also.
Well, Mark Cuban has a huge butt, and I wanted to mention that last week because I know you're crazy about Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban has a full head of hair. Mark Cuban is not a regular type for me, but like he's just
a side
he's
thing.
so charismatic. Like you can't help but like him. I don't know, but
it's all the money. It helps.
Yeah, that's that charisma. That charisma.
So I kind
of like the bouncer guy.
You like full-figured guys.
You could say, jeez.
He is huge.
He could definitely like throw you over his shoulders and carry you around and not break
I just about fainted when I saw him. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay.
Well, I really liked him not moving out of the way even after she had like gained access to the room, and she like squeezes by initially, and then when she leaves, she goes through
That was
his legs.
so weird. Is that like Jason Biggs' orders? Like,
probably. He's
first
just
of
being
all,
the
you're
worst.
not on the list.
Yeah.
Where have I heard that? That was on Housewives. I was like, oh yeah, that's what Erica Jane did. So like, if you're not on the list, you can't come in. And so they had to ask every single person. So I'm like, okay, I started laughing right away. Are you on the list? And she says, I'm here to interview. It's like, I don't know anything about an interview. And then he says, which I thought was great. Well, if you really were on the list, you would know why we had the list or something like that. Yeah. So it was so crazy. So she inches her way in the room. She comes in.
Oh, and their back and forth was like so funny. Really well done, I thought. It was just the like, she was reminding him that he had been on, previously. It was his first appearance, and she was like, you were nervous. No, I wasn't. I bought you a bike. I don't ride bikes. Or like whatever, they're back and forth. I really
It's like, we have a connection. I got you your first after show. Yeah. And he has this huge entourage in there.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, they all did look straight. Because I'm like looking for more signs or something. No, the whole entourage and the bodyguard did look straight. So he's palling around with all these guys. They're sitting around drinking beer. And he's being total, I don't want to say diva, but he's being totally harsh with her.
But yes, and then he
I don't know what you're talking about.
beer on her feet.
I don't remember the first interview. Oh my gosh. And then, he pours his beer out right on her Chanel shoes.
Yeah, her knockoff Chanel shoes is what she said.
Did she say
That's
knockoff?
What she said, which is funny because, like, I always wonder, just given what her like job is on the show, like why is she wearing such impractical shoes? She's on her feet all day, you know? Like you could
Production doesn't do that, right?
No, right. Production is gonna wear some sneakers, right? And then also at least they're not that she probably can't afford on her salary or whatever, real Chanel shoes. So they are knockoffs.
Okay, I missed that part because I'm like, oh, Chanel on top of it. Okay, that's really bad.
So it's less bad. So feel free to spill beer on her shoes.
Oh my gosh, that was just so unbelievable, so over the top. So after that, he says, I thought this was kind of crazy because he says he wants some pillows or something, and she says loose pillows.
To me, when she said that, I was like, that's what I'd call them because they're not attached to anything, right? That's what I took loose to mean.
Is that loose like what you have in your bedroom on your bed? Is that a loose pillow, or is that like a throw pillow on your couch? Because the first thing that I thought was what he said, are you out of your mind? What is a loose pillow? That's the first thing. So you got it. You knew what a loose pillow was.
I mean, that's what I would have called it for, like, bring pillows for someone to sit on. But I did think it was funny that he just honed in on that and then wouldn't let it go. Like, it was really funny. I mean, what would you call it? Like loose leaf paper, right? Is paper not attached to anything?
I hear loose and I think like loose skin or something.
Oh, lovely.
You can see where my mind is at, plastic surgery. But yeah, I don't know what a loose pillow is, so I'm thinking, okay, throw pillow, whatever.
Sure, that's loose. It's unattached.
Unattached.
Like a loose woman.
And then finally she decides, okay, she's got to get them chairs or whatever and some loose pillows, and she exits. But she can't get out. This guy is so massive.
Yes.
He is covering the entire door within his huge black suit, and he's got the earpiece on and everything. So she does what I would do, go between his legs.
Yes.
Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry. Just kidding.
Would you? Is he your type?
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, you're getting to know my type right away. That was the perfect opportunity. So she has no other choice but to go through his legs. Next scene, we get to the pussies, finally.
Finally.
We have...
Said you never.
That's what we're talking about tonight, of course.
So Adorable Kittens was this week's animal. Like, it seems like they're having a lot of third guest is an animal stuff on here.
I don't know if she does kittens or if she has dogs, but she brings, I thought, 7 kittens to the show.
Yeah.
Penny's in charge of watching over the kittens, and of course they escape from the little cute, it looked like a doggy thing with all the little doggy prints on there, or bear prints. So anyways, the cats are so much fun to watch. They're playing with each other. They're running around the couch. One gets out. Did she call that a green cat or something? I didn't quite understand what she was saying. So this cat gets out, and she goes to pick it up, and the first thing that's going to happen is all the cats are like escaping, and she gets nervous. So she absolutely panics, what she does every single episode. She puts her head out the door, and she sees Phil.
Oh yeah, doing something weird. I mean, not
I'm gonna
doing
say, like,
something
extremely awkward. Like, what is he doing? I had to replay because I had no idea.
What was he doing?
Well,
he had like a fake non-telescope or something.
No, and the first words out of his mouth were, "I'm being normal."
Yeah.
Right, and I'm like,
I can relate to that a little bit.
I'm being normal.
Sometimes I say that.
He's just like standing in the hall. So she calls him over, and she's like,
and he's useless in true form. Like,
completely.
Okay, I gotta say, since I'm liking Todd's character a little better.
Todd looks smarter.
Phil is like dropping weight. Like, really, I wrote down, how did Phil ever get a job?
Oh my gosh.
Because how did he? He's so lazy and inept. Come on.
Phil says he is not trained to find cats.
He's not trained
He's
in
not trained
anything.
to do nothing. And Penny, of course, is she's so sure that she's going to lose her job if she does not find this kitten. Now, that is how worried she is.
Well, you know what I thought was really funny? We had captions on when we were watching this, and so at one point while she's looking for one of the kittens, it says like meowing in parentheses on the captions, but like the noise she was making, I would not in any stretch of the imagination call it meowing.
I was gonna first she sounded like an orangutan.
Predator noise. Yeah, she sounded like a monkey.
Right, so she makes her way into I was gonna say the green room, but it looks like the coffee area because Stacy's having some coffee and she's making these, like I was gonna say too, what is that sound? Is it an orangutan? These weird noises. So
that's why they had to helpfully caption it for for viewers.
I need those captions because half the time I don't know what Phil is saying either.
Yeah,
he's
right,
like so
totally.
dead. But anyways, they go into the kitchen and she's making these weird sounds, and I love how Stacy says, "What is wrong with you?" And then she immediately changes to, "What is wrong with you right now?" Because there's always something wrong with Penny. There's always something going on with her. So she's finally admits, and I like how she says this too. She says, the relationship that we're in, I've always been truthful to you. We've built it on trust. I cannot lie to you. There's a kitten missing. So she's like,
which just from a writing standpoint, I wonder, like, because she's Stacy's assistant, right? And like sometimes if you're an assistant, you have to lie to your boss. So like that's got to come up, like, but they obviously have a much like closer bond. But most people who are like assistants to like a big like entertainment person, like it's the worst, and maybe you hate them. I'm not speaking from experience, but so I can't wait to see more of that play out just as it goes on. Like she can't lie to her, so everything is always gonna come pouring out of her
It's always gonna
mouth.
come out. It's on the table, and she is practically suicidal at this point. She's like, I need to, I'll slit my wrist, and she's like, no, we don't need to go there.
That's a reasonable response.
Dial it, I know. Dial it down, go find the kitten, go to the green room, look around, and we make our way to the green room. Now, here is one of my favorite parts of the entire episode, and you know why.
Totally.
Why is that?
It's because Todd has his shirt off. Oh my God.
Todd is shirtless again.
Okay. I'm not.
You don't like hairy chests. We know that.
No, hairy chests are fine. It just doesn't. I don't know.
Todd is in pretty good shape. Okay.
He's lovely. There's nothing wrong. He's just annoying.
Todd, yeah, he is annoying. I mean, I would not be in a relationship with somebody that dumb. Just let me make that clear, okay? I want all the check marks. Like, you have to be superior in all aspects of life. But
I did like him in this scene. Like, of course, Jason Biggs, the jerk, like, loves Todd. Like, where have you been hiding him? Like, no other guest has wanted Todd anywhere near them.
Poor Stacy. She has to agree right away. Yeah, okay, yeah, he's awesome.
Yep,
That's what she says. So, yeah, they're man bonding. They're all hitting the punching bag.
Including the, I think we only see her here, the comedian who's the other guest for the night.
Keisha.
Yeah.
Keisha, what's her last name?
Zolar?
Zolar, yeah.
Well, they made a joke about it in the opening credits where they said Keisha. I can't remember how it's pronounced. My apologies, but they said like not a hypnotist, a comedian, which because that last name seems like the great
I'm
Zolar.
thinking like does she do psychic, hypnotist, palm reading, and like what does that mean?
You can't escape.
Is that what it is? The Zolar name?
I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, what is the tie in there? Because I don't really know her too well either. But she does have 2 lines in the whole episode.
Yeah.
Get your IMDb credit, girl.
I thought it was a good like turn for her where like obviously she's not a huge name that like people know, but that she was like
she worked
she was getting involved in the like Jason Biggs attitude.
And she's like, okay, I'm not doing the pre-interview either.
Yeah, she got sucked in. Like, and why bother?
Like, what? Why? And well, because Jason Biggs told me I don't have to do a pre-interview. So that was her big moment, and they're all having fun. Even I guess the bodyguard is in on it too with the punching bag, having fun. And
I liked the whole scene, except for as much as I like this comic turn for Jason Biggs all throughout, where he was great at being the mean guy,
which is what she asked him to do in this segment.
Yeah,
she says, why don't you
really
be like
meta.
nasty?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so I like that whole scene in the green room, except oh my God, I think Grady's my favorite, their caterer, and they were so mean, and I like really was like
oh my gosh, I was like almost died. Jason immediately hits his tray. The food goes flying everywhere. I mean, that is probably the rudest thing you could possibly do, but then he tops it.
I wondered before he hit it where he was like, oh, cantaloupe. I'm like, which way is this gonna go? Is cantaloupe good? Like, but then I think part of it was like he'd already been really pretty rude to Penny and Stacy, and they had to like make it probably not just he's only mean to women the thing, you know? So he had to like be rude to another employee except Todd.
Yeah. I know, for sure. And then after that, I mean, you could see, I like to call him Jizz Bucket. That's the guy. Okay. I just can't get that out of my mind from episode 1?
Yeah.
Every time I see this guy, I think of that. That's his name to me. So anyways, poor Jizz Bucket. He gets hit by a loose pillow. Oh. And then he's really upset. He's like, I'm just trying to bond with you guys. I just want to be part of it. I'm just trying to have fun.
This had the effect on me more even than the kittens of the like sympathetic response.
Yes.
Like the thing they always do in movies where one character wears glasses and then ultimately
he's
obviously
the one that gets hit, right?
Loses his glasses like right before dying, you know, in a horror movie or whatever. And those moments of like, wait, I can't find my glasses. Oh, it really hurts.
I know.
me.
You're not supposed to mess with somebody that has glasses
I know,
on.
they're so vulnerable.
I know. Or if they're off, right?
And so Grady got the same response from me of like so ultimate sympathy. He's just doing his job. Also, this may be a controversial opinion, but cantaloupe is dope. I love cantaloupe. I think it's delicious.
Yes. I was going to say, is there a dope tie-in? I was thinking that's the first thing.
No. Okay. Cantaloupe is delicious. Sorry.
But how did that come in? What was the connection. Why would he serve cantaloupe? Because it's always themed. Every time they have a guest star on, remember Gwyneth, it was your wonderful vegan food from Goop, and whatever it is, he ties it in. Remember, he was feeding the animals and not the stars. Yep. It was like dog food and stuff. So I was like, what is the cantaloupe
how does
thing?
Cantaloupe relate to Jason Biggs?
The only thing I can think of is they made a joke out of it, like, you can't elope because no one will ever marry you.
Oh, I would marry you, Brady.
You do like big guys. Okay. We just have to make sure he gets waxed. Okay? Front and back. And you're good to go, right?
Oh, boy.
Okay, so we'll just mention that one more time. Todd was shirtless.
Okay.
He looked amazing.
He looked fine. You know, regular.
His butt was not quite as big
Okay,
as Marky. We finally got to see his butt. I'll just throw that out there for you girls.
Oh, boy.
And a few guys. But he looked amazing. Okay. So then, let's see. What happened next? I guess they filmed the show. I mean, we're at the end now.
It seems like Jason had a turn at the end. It seemed like he was, suddenly a switch was flipped and he's super nice.
The red light goes off, which, as you know, the buzzer will go off if you're on a soundstage. The red light will go off and it means, you know, you can start making noise, people come in and out. The whole entourage makes its way out, including the bodyguard, and Jason all of a sudden is as nice as he can be. I mean, this is the Jason that we, I guess, expect.
Yeah.
And he's telling Stacy and Penny how wonderful they are, what a good job they did. And by the way, he says, I took a picture myself and I placed it on the wall. I hope that's okay with you guys.
Which, like, already, even if it was a photograph, no, that's not okay. Like, don't decorate the stuff yourself.
But
no.
In the entertainment business, what do? You say, oh yes, of course. You just
and then remove it.
I was watching Kevin Undergaro last night, and he's like, here in the entertainment business, we give false hope. So I'm like, okay, we'll say anything to make you happy. And they're like, oh, and he's like, you'll have me back, right? I mean, that's what everybody says too. I'm like, so thankful for having me.
It would be an honor.
Of course, we will have you back again. Everything. Okay, so he makes his exit, and there seems like a little sly look on his face just as he's leaving. So they immediately, Stacy and Penny immediately rush into the green room to see the picture. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, sure.
And horrified, I'm thinking it's going to be a really atrocious picture or something.
Yeah, he's flipping off.
This is so over the top. The whole green room is destroyed, like Vanilla Ice used to do on his shows, right? He used to tear everything apart when he got angry. Sorry, Vanilla Ice, you're a great guy. I'm just thinking of who does that. It's like nobody would destroy a green room. So the green room is like, even the punching bag has fallen on the floor. And then, yes, the graffiti.
I like how stupid it is, and just like the cantaloupe joke is just like so dumb. It loops back around and is funny to me. Like, I really like the stupid bad drawing and just like
I know.
marking it. It really works
it's
for
like
me.
Jason. It says Jason Biggs with kind of an angry-ish,
a mad cartoon of his face, kind of.
Exactly, one eyebrow cocked.
Yeah.
So he's like being cocky and like, I got you back. So I guess never take somebody's picture down if they're in the lobby. It's like that soap dish when you go through these, even at these soap opera places, you go through and they have these big pictures on the wall of everybody. It's like, don't dare ever replace a picture, especially if the star is still there.
There's so many things. Like, you could have the best intentions and still rub people the wrong
Well,
way.
look at Penny. I mean, she looks at the good side of everybody and everything, and the first thing she says, oh, that's really good graffiti. And I'm like, that's so Penny.
Nice Penny.
So Penny. So the show ends there. Do we have any news and actually predictions? Do we have any predictions?
Oh, there it is.
Thank you. Josh is the best. Like, Josh, you're on it.
Thank you, Josh.
Next week, we have a little preview.
Yeah. Oh, we saw Janine Garofalo, who I love. I love
That's
her.
like, I want to go straight to Janine Garofalo.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who the other two blondes were. I thought it was Chelsea Lately for a second, or Chelsea Handler.
It's not Chelsea Handler.
It's not Chelsea Handler. It looked like her.
They've had a lot of similar-looking blonde women,
I know.
so you have to learn to distinguish between them.
We're in the studio, we're like, okay, who are the two new blondes? Because we don't know who those are.
One, they showed a name in the preview, Gigi something.
Gigi Chi
So I think
something.
like maybe
Gigi
I thought
Gorgeous.
you would know because I thought maybe it was a reality.
I am a pop star expert, and
But you
I
don't
did
know
not
her.
know who Gigi was, so I'm going to look that up. And you guys, like, definitely tweet us, send us comments below, of course, and we'll answer all your questions. But yeah, I'm going to have to look her up. But what I thought was interesting is Stacy says, Janine, can you lift your blouse to show your boobs? And I thought that's not
I missed that.
Oh my gosh, that was the trailer over and over.
I missed it. I was just dazzled by her
like
face.
That. She's like, why would she do that? So I think we're gonna have a really fun episode next week.
Yeah.
Check it out. In the meantime, guys, thank you so much for watching tonight. You can find me on Twitter at aka Golden Boy and my website chrisvalentine.la. And the beautiful Hayley. Where can we find you?
Hey, Hayley O'Connor on Twitter and Hayley Wood on Instagram. I remember my handles, and that's Hayley with 2 Y's. If you don't use 2 Y's, you're not too wise.
And I want to give a quick shout out to Alexis. She will be back next week. Say hey, hey Alexis, we love you.
Miss you.
And thanks all for watching. We hope to see you guys next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.